All I can say is that the fake news just doesn't get it, do they?
The fake news, they don't even know a good story when they've got one, an important story. Like Hunter. Remember Hunter and his underwear and all of his recreational activities and pursuits? Wow. It looks like the fake news, finally, now that Joe Biden is safely in the White House, finally they feel comfortable. A year and a half later, now we'll look into this thing. Now we'll check out that laptop. Now the coast is clear.
It seems pretty clear that Hunter Biden was trading on his father's name to make a lot of money.
We know the FBI has possession of it and that they believe it is his laptop, that the contents of it are his.
This is a very real, very substantial investigation of potentially serious federal crimes. We are seeing federal prosecutors in Delaware do exactly what you would expect to see.
Wait a second. No, that's all Russian disinformation. No, that's all baseless. That's been debunked. What are you guys talking about? Finally, CNN is actually, I guess, doing their job a year and a half late. The New York Times, too. The Washington Post. All of them writing stories, reporting what we've known for over a year and a half. Because we did not censor or ban or falsely label the New York Post reporting as Russia disinformation, we knew better. Can you believe the delay? 1 year and 5 months later. Substantial reporting about this from the New York Post and others in the fall of 2020 was ignored, censored, shadow banned. By the way, there even have been books before the election about the corruption of Joe Biden and Hunter. You can look it up, all right, that were out well before the election. And also this, fake news, finally, because why? Why now? I wonder. But if you listen closely enough, even Joe Biden himself, even him, was essentially admitting that the story was true. Listen to what he says here.
So what about the Americans who really today only want me to ask you about Hunter Biden's laptop? How are you going to get them to see that you are fighting for them when they're so dead set against you?
There's nothing to any of that. Nothing to any of that. It's all a smear. Every major outfit, every serious investigator has pointed out that this is a smear. This is classic Trump.
So you can be smeared with the truth if the truth is ugly. That might feel like you're being smeared, but it doesn't mean it's not true. And it's interesting. Sometimes Joe maybe thinks he's being cute, clever, or whatever, but that's what they call a non-denial denial. And even Hunter, he basically admitted the laptop has been his all along.
Was that your laptop?
For real, I don't know.
I know, but you know
that's
this.
I really don't know.
Okay.
The answer is
You don't know
truthful
yes
answer.
or no if the laptop
I don't have
was
any
yours.
idea. I have no idea.
So could have been yours.
Of course, certainly. There could be a laptop out there that was stolen from me. There could be that I was hacked. It could be that it was Russian intelligence. It could be that it was stolen from me.
So why now? Why are they doing this now? Here's actually what I think. I think he will be indicted, and they don't want to look like naive people. They don't want to look like they were late to the story. They want to look like they knew ahead of time. It's all about them, actually, and their feelings and their ego. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty cheap. These people are very shallow. But even now, still, they're covering for Joe Biden, trying to. Federal prosecutors, it looks like they're moving in on Hunter. But you got to still protect Joe, right, CNN?
The fact that an investigation has been sustained during the Biden administration is an indication that the government is working on this subject. And we'll see what the results are. But so far, there is zero evidence that Vice President Biden or President Biden has done anything wrong in connection with what Hunter Biden has done.
Oh, really? 10% for the big guy? Dear Hunter, thank you for introducing me to your father at Cafe Milano. Had a wonderful meeting with him. Are you serious? Spinning for Joe Biden. What do they owe him? This guy probably owes him I don't know. They gave him a piece of information he could use on another day, and he wants to stay in their good graces. That's how it works there. But there is a hell of a lot of evidence that suggests that Joe Biden himself could be in a lot of trouble. All right. One more word on the incident. We have something new, actually. Moments ago, we have this from the Academy Award. The Academy itself says, things unfolded in a way we could not have anticipated. While we would like to clarify that Mr. Smith was asked to leave the ceremony and refused, we also recognize we could have handled the situation differently. Yeah, like maybe not giving him the award. I didn't see them ask him to leave. Did you? I don't know if this adds up. They're doing a lot of spin, a lot of damage control right now. They didn't even call him out when this first went down. We don't condone violence. That's what they said first. Number one, quick review, right? I think it's fascinating. Sorry. Here's the smack.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Wow is right. And then he sits down, he curses out Chris Rock. Incredibly stupid behavior. And the audience just eats it up. 10 minutes later, he wins the award. And look at them hooting and hollering and applauding.
Will Smith!
The reaction, that crowd, after what he just did, that's infuriating for a lot of people. And would somebody like Tom Cruise been applauded if he smacked somebody in front of all those people? Probably not. Now, some folks call this, and I think it's kind of apt, the bigotry of soft expectations, thinking that somebody, I don't know, like a Will Smith, well, he looks a certain way, can't expect all that much from him. We can't. Jim Carrey came forward. Remember that guy with the face, the mask, cable guy? What else did he do? Dumb and Dumber. He's an A-list genius in my book. Don't agree with him politically, but on this, he's spot on.
You watched it unfold, and then what happened after?
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore. You do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
No, I agree.
Yeah, of course. Gail agrees with the world-famous movie star right in front of her. I wonder what her real feelings are, but who knows? Again, imagine if Tom Cruise did it. Huh? It could be a slightly different situation.
Hey guys, it's Rob Carson. Experts are warning the current 40-year inflation high will only get worse. See how to protect your IRA with gold. Get a free info kit like this one at birchgold.com/Newsmax. There's no cost. There's no obligation. Just get your free info kit at birchgold.com/Newsmax.